say, silly games of second guessing. I just won't get the lesson.
Morning, you are tuned into 1100 WSGI, and this is Lee Marie in for U-Turn Laverne on 1 Street Over. I am so glad you all have joined us. I have some special guests today, but before that, let's go to the Lord in prayer. Cindy, do you want to do the opening prayer?
Dear Heavenly Father, Lord, thank you for this morning. Thank you so much for this absolutely precious show, Lord, that we can just hear the voice of ladies in our community and surrounding areas that love you, love the people of Robertson County, and of course, like I said, surrounding counties, others listening. I pray that you help this show to be a blessing to those listeners, Lord. We love you. Thank you for loving us. Forgive us where we fail you, Lord, in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen. Excellent. So we will put the microphone in front of you, though.
Cool. I'll do it.
Okay, I can hear you, so that's good. And there we go. Perfect. Thank you so much.
You are welcome.
All right, so we have the wonderful, talented Syndi Norton in the house. It's been too long since we've had you, and I know you got so many things going on right now, so I'm really excited to talk to you. Where do you want to start?
I don't know. Where you want to start?
Well, I heard that you do have a ladies' event coming up.
We do.
Let's go there. Let's go there.
So we have on Saturday, August the 9th at 11 o'clock to 1 o'clock. So 2 hours, kind of your lunch hour. We are hosting a cooking class. I'm excited about it is because I'm going to teach ladies and young ladies how to make Vietnamese egg rolls. And so easy peasy. Love to invite the community, ladies that want to come and learn that. Very easy, fast meal.
When is it again?
It is Saturday, August the 9th, and it is going to be hosted at South Haven Baptist Church at 116 Academy Drive here in Springfield, Tennessee, because we have the facilities for it, and it is going to be, so I'm going to teach you ladies how to, from beginning to end, make the egg rolls, and then we will have some already made for you to enjoy and try out. But if you have any questions, just call me. Or if you want to reserve, the cost is $7. That's primarily for the ingredients, and then, of course, to pay for what we're going to feed you ahead of time. So, but my phone number, my direct cell is 615-589-6780. And again, it is 615-589-6780. Call or text me and say, hey, I'm interested. I'll get Venmo information to you on how to get that paid, but would love to invite you ladies to come out for that.
And are we able just to order egg rolls?
We'll see. I know I've already had a lot of men say, hey, it's not fair. Can I put in a to-go order? And I thought, well, we'll see.
Oh, goodness. All right. And also, I just want to remind you guys, please go on Facebook right now and share this show or send it to people on Messenger, because we need to get the word out that we are here and on air. All right. So Syndi, expert certified fitness instructor.
Oh, yeah.
I am loving your class. I'm just going to tell you that right now. Every Tuesday and Thursday when I go to bed, the sides of my knees don't hurt because I've been in your class.
Oh, amen. Good.
So that, the whole move it or lose it thing is real, guys. So tell them about your fitness class.
Well, I told you about the egg roll, so y'all all need this if we're going to eat fried egg rolls. But so I am a group fitness instructor at the YMCA, but Lee Marie and I just kind of at the Well in the Square just decided to start a fitness wellness. It is because it's so important for us to keep our minds, body, soul just in shape and check with the Lord, but physically with ourselves. So it's a resistance. We do resistance band. I brought some so I can show you. I had a chart, couldn't find it, but it's 3 levels. Instead of doing weights or anything like that, that's hard on the joints or anything like that, I kind of do a resistance band. And if anybody's ever heard of it, let me show you. There's 3 levels of it, and it's color coded, so it's easy. First class, of course, is a try me out class. So it's a free class. So anytime you come and you want to do that, but we will give you a bag, a fitness bag, as well as just these different bands. No cost to you. The class is $5 a class once you get into your second class going forward, and you'll get to keep these bands. But this it's just easy. These are the bands, these are the colors. This is our starter band, right? Actually, I lied. The green, the go, is your starter band. That's the first one. It's very light, but it is weighted bands. And so then you go to your next level, which is yellow, and then your red, your blue, which I don't have that. Someone done snagged my blue band, and then the red, and then you go to your black belt. So it's so neat because those are just the weights of the band. So it's fun. It's 30 minutes of kind of full body fitness, right? And it's from head to toe. We do core, we do cardio, as well as strengthening. But we've enjoyed it. So we do have, I guess it's a good age group, right? We've had young, middle age, our senior saints that have been absolutely precious. We've had men and women that just want to strengthen where they can. So it is a 30-minute class. It is not fast-paced, beginner-friendly for sure, and we modify a lot of different steps and things like that. But Lee Marie being a student is easier for me as an instructor to encourage you to come because the results come from the students, hating it or loving it.
Well, and I love that, because of all the different levels of band, like the last time I was there, I had pulled a bunch of weeds and I had moved a bunch of chairs. And so I was sore. So it was great because I just used the green band that day.
Right.
And so I wasn't, in pain or anything. And it was perfect because I still needed to move.
Right.
And not too long ago, I was watching something, I think on YouTube or something, and the doctor was talking about how long, and if we don't move something, how long that takes to freeze up. Do you know what that was? It was like 10 days or something. Like
I don't know.
Maybe it was only a week. It was less than 2 weeks. Like if you don't move something, it starts to freeze. And so I had Wild Doc in shortly after that, and I said, I heard if we don't, move, and I don't remember exactly the terminology, but if it was, joints or muscles, that they start to freeze up. And he said, oh yeah, and so it is true that move it or lose it is true. And this is a great way to move it, because your classes are so positive. And I love the music.
Fun.
Sometimes it's worship music. Sometimes it's fun 80s music just to really get you going, because sometimes she works you.
Well, our heart rate, so there's days where I try to even it out. Mm-hmm. And I tell the ladies all the time, check your heart rate, is because it's at your pace. But I'll tell you, the ladies have done good because it's fast weight loss in the sense of sweating it out. Mm-hmm. But guess what? We have to replenish that sweat because our bodies need that water. But it is fun. It is a fun class, and it's just absolutely.
This is the first band class that I've had. And what I love is, you don't need, so many people think you need these weights and you need a gym membership and you need this and that. You don't. You just need these bands.
Yeah, and you know what? These bands kind of take the place of your dumbbells. It takes we do things that we if we're holding a dumbbell bar or whatever in our hands, the movement is the same. It's just because we don't have the actual weights in each hand. Mm-hmm. The band, the resistance of the band has that same kind of weight, and so it's easy. It moves. It's just fun. You've just got to try it and just check it out for yourself. I tell people all the time, unless you try something, you're not going to know. Mm-hmm. And so we're doing heart rates. We've monitored that heart rate because that's the last couple of classes. I've told the ladies, check your heart rate. Mine is, and I'll say mine is at 131, or mine went to 171 at one point because not for any other reason that I move a little bit quicker than some of the ladies because I have to double step it for these ladies that are taller and have longer legs than my short, stubby legs. But it is just a fun class, and it is almost like Simon Says. Mm-hmm. Some instructors don't tell you the actual movements or beats or counts is because guess what? We'll lose a student if they learn it themselves, they go home, they do it, which that's what I recommend. But more, I want people to I want to be in a group setting. I want to kind of be instructed and told what to do only because I'm more self-motivated when it comes to my job, but I'm less motivated when it comes to doing something like this where I'm hurting and I'm sore and I'm sweating, and it's more fun to be with a group of ladies or men and laugh it out kind of. But it is you just got to try it out.
Right.
It is so fun.
And I'm glad that you brought that up about we do so many other things full force.
Yeah.
But self-care is something that a lot of us, especially a lot of us who volunteer, that's the last thing that we take care of. Sometimes we feed our dogs better. Like I'm all, chopping up blueberries and all this stuff for my dogs. And I'm like, what am I grabbing? Like some protein bar. It's like, okay, slow down and look and watch because, our bodies are a temple of the Holy Spirit. We need to take care of them.
Yeah.
And we need to make sure we're taking care of ourselves and our families, not just our clients and every other charity that is known to man. Okay, so this is a call out to you. Some of you need to hear this. This is part of self-care, and this is actually going to help you in everything.
Absolutely. Absolutely. It does, because we teach balancing as well. And my background isn't just, hey, why is she doing this? I ex-military, medical issues that limited me in a lot of areas in my physical health. But I'll tell you, your heart is what, if you want to continue to live here on earth, unless the Lord comes and takes you, then heart health is so important. And heart health comes from strengthening cardio, which is your lungs, just everything. It's a breathing. We teach, we've got to breathe. I'm telling you, when you're out of breath, you're breathing. You're breathing more than you need to. But we also teach the balancing. So when I say full body, it is full body because I'm almost mid-50, put it that way, and shattered my hip in a kickboxing class because you think you walk a certain way. We get to an age where people are falling. Why are people falling? It's because our bones are weakening, the older we get, and or because of injuries that are prevented or unprevented injuries, but we still have to learn how to strengthen those things. Just because physical therapy doesn't mean that that they teach you that and then you stop. You got to continue. And so I got into that just because of a health issue that I was diagnosed with, and I thought, God's going to take me home. I'm not going to allow myself to shorten my life. I'm going to allow God to take me home when He's ready, but I'm going to do what I can to strengthen and stay healthy because I guess I have a husband, children, grandkids that are going to depend on me, and I've got to physically take care of myself and then spiritually take care of myself because my heart beats for a reason, and it's to serve the Lord and to serve others. And so I love it. We have so much fun. We've had so much fun, and I'll tell you, it gives you more energy because the thing is, you wonder why you're so exhausted is because guess what? Our hearts are slowing down, our lungs are weakening and slowing down. But when you strengthen those things,
right, when you strengthen them, and that's the thing is, this is so preventative.
Absolutely.
It just improves your immune system. It just improves so much your mental. Because again, if you talk to a therapist about depression or anxiety or any of that kind of stuff, what do they always tell you? They say, well, are you doing something at least a half hour a day, going out and moving? So if you're not doing that, you need to do that right here.
Absolutely. And, and I've had students ask me, well, what equipment do we need? Do we need a mat? I'll tell you, I got tickled because it is all standing. It really is. And it's sitting. So I tried a couple of weeks ago to say, hey, let's grab a mat. Let's do some abs, which we can do that. We do that sitting. And I tried that and I thought, you know what? We are just going to, we're going to stay off the ground, stay off the floor. And I made that decision.
That's a good one. I like that decision.
I rolled around trying to get up off that floor. So it is a standing position, seating position. And so listen, it is easy and you come as you are. So don't worry about the dress code or what you have to look like or what you have to feel like in the moment. You'll leave feeling better. You'll leave sore the first couple of times, but I'll tell you, I'm not sore. When it's good to be sore because you're working now muscles that you haven't worked before.
But sore in a good way.
Sore in a very good way because it goes away. It's not a joint sore. It's not any of that. It's just it's so neat. And then I've told the students in the class, you can start off with this the green band. Let's get going, get started. But within a month, because it's only 2, we're trying to add a 3rd class because it's so needed. But listen, challenge yourself to go to the next colored band. We're not in a karate class, but it's almost like that because we're trying to reach the goal of that black black band, and so because that's just letting you know as every 30 days, if you advance a band, then you're just showing yourself that you're advancing your strength, right?
Well, and I'm glad that you brought up that fact about, you were in a kickboxing class and you got injured because Stephen, my husband, who worked in physical therapy and stretching and all that for so long, he told me how many times, time after time that people would be like, oh yeah, I'm going to, join this boot camp, or, I'm going to start kickboxing. They start these things, and they go all the way in and their bodies are not ready for it. And so often they hurt themselves.
We do. And the crazy thing about it is I didn't just go in that kickboxing class as a,
A beginner.
and a rookie at working out. The crazy thing about it is I was new in that. I mean, I had been in that kickboxing a couple of times, but the crazy thing about it was I just didn't, and it was just a simple kick. And the crazy thing is I didn't pivot correctly. And that's what we injure ourselves, even on spraining our ankle. If we're not, if we
gotta
don't
be thinking about what we're doing.
And we don't, because it comes natural, right? And so I thought when that happened to me, I thought, wow, that is crazy that there's a simple move as kicking to the side. You've got to pivot in order to kick that, to do that. And when I shattered that hip, I thought, oh my stars. And that was what heightened me to now do more of the resistance strengthening, even though I still do the others, because I teach this at the Y. That was something that was kind of needed and requested.
What time are those Y classes?
My Y classes are on Thursday mornings at 8:15. So that is 45-minute hardcore class, and it is resistant band. And
Okay, and then your classes at the Well.
at the Well on Tuesdays and Thursdays at 10, and we're praying about an evening class that we're going to try out at 6:15 on.
Tonight we're starting that.
That's on Tuesday night. So there we go. Thank you for the reminder.
Well, you were talking about, a sudden, a simple move, and I think I can beat that. The other day there was a bug in the kitchen, and I went to stomp it, and I was like, ow, because, again, I was using some muscles that I don't normally use that quickly, and my dogs were looking at me like, did you really just hurt yourself stepping on a bug? And I'm like, yeah, that hurt. So, but, we do stuff like, we're reaching in the back of the car for something and be like, oh, I pulled my shoulder out or something, these little things that we don't have. Am I the only one that does that, or have you ever done that?
No, I have put a crick in my neck accidentally, and I'm just like, what just happened to me?
So this is great prevention for all of that. And I love that people are making new friends,
We are. We're making a lot of new friends. It's exciting. But it's neat because, I was going to say something. I had the tip of my tongue. It's ladies are concerned more about, nowadays, I've learned more ladies are concerned about their appearance. Because for us, it's almost like guys, there are guys that they just come natural. Guys are born natural. This is what you get. Women, we're putting on our faces. We're getting all dolled up. And then when we kind of, when we get older, our shape kind of gets deformed a little bit. And then we're just concerned about that. And that shouldn't be your concern. Your concern should be your heart health and your wellness. And so, but I can say that the class does kind of, it will shape in you, and it will give you that, it should be confidence in the Lord, because I think about where ladies, they excuse their behavior by lack of self-confidence. It's not about us. It's about the Lord. And it's about what we do for him and what we do for others. And it doesn't matter what we look like or how it matters a lot how we act. Because whatever our mind thinks, my husband teaches all the time, whatever we think, we feel it. And then we put that feeling into action. And sometimes that's bad actions, and sometimes that's wonderful actions, right? And so we've just got to set our mind in, we shouldn't strengthen because we want to look good, bodily, outward, physical. We want to strengthen ourselves because we need to be physically well. And so I'm excited. I'm excited about the classes. We've done this for a few months on the square, at the Welland Square, right next to Crossroads Christian Bookstore on off of 5th.
And if you don't find us in there, then go inside Crossroads and go down several stairs, because there's a bigger ballroom down there. that we may be, sometimes having classes down there as well. So don't get alarmed if you don't see us upstairs.
Right.
It might be another reason. But, last night was the first night we actually, since I've been renting it, that we had a dinner down there for 50 people.
Ooh.
So now we know that 50 people in the big ballroom fit for dinner. And so that was really awesome. So I'm glad that a lot of people got turned on to it. And I told them all, I said, I saw you all at the buffet line. You need to be in Syndi's class tomorrow morning.
Yeah.
So we'll see if any of them take
We'll
me
see.
up on that.
I
So
hope
can you do, like right there is a good spot. Can you do some of these stretches, like especially like that one behind your back? Like I was really so surprised at how much that was useful. So
Well, I'm gonna stay seated because, like
okay.
I said, we can stand, we can sit. So I'm gonna stay seated because I just think just because
Sure.
you can because you'll get these. These are gonna be yours to keep on day 2. Remember, if you're coming as a first time, then you're just gonna borrow a band, right? But it is easy. So we start off, and I'll do your green. Because I tell people all the time, you're resisting here, right? And then we're resisting here. Here's your pull downs, right? You're working certain things. And then those are things, this works the back of your muscles. So we're doing things like this, bow and arrows, just simple moves here. And then there's just moves where you're actually going back. I mean, we're moving things that you wouldn't think we're moving. We're doing these, which works the back of your arms, right? And so these are just your arms, right? And you're holding these bands. It's up to you. But then you're doing your legs. You're doing your deadlifts and your rows and things like that people would be familiar with in a gym. Is what is a deadlift? How are you going to do a deadlift? Well, that is in a standing motion, and it is all easy. And so that's literally it. You're just resisting. I'm resisting a little bit more because this is the starter band, right? But if I switch myself to my red, which that's where I'm at, I haven't hit my black belt yet, I can't pull it as far, is because I'm learning to strengthen. But if you do that and you watch, you're going to feel it. You're going to feel it in your arms. You're going to see it. You'll see it. You'll see what's happening because trust me, you'll feel it, but you'll start seeing a transformation in your arms, in your waist, because we do full body. So it is abdominally, it is your legs, it is your arms. The strongest, the thing is, the strongest part of my body, I think, is my legs. So because I walk every day, and then I sit at a computer and I type. So if my hands are strengthened, it's only because it's my typing skills. But other than that, now that I've truly focused on this resistance type training, I've learned the moves. I'll go home and I tell the ladies and men all the time in class, hey, do this at home. You can do it with a milk jug. It doesn't matter. It's just things that you just have to take time. And what I was saying earlier was it's in counts, like we do, and Miss Lee Marie counts it for me. So it's 4. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 3, 2, 1. And we break and we'll roll our arms. I used to laugh about why are these teachers in PE having us roll our arms forward and roll our arms backwards? Remember these little things in school? There's a reason for it. We were like, this looks silly, but there's a reason for it. And so it's pretty neat. 32 counts. So each move is 32 counts, but you wouldn't think counting in 8s 4 times is pretty fast. I think it's when we pass the number 10 where we mentally think we're exhausted. But if we stay under the count of 10, we're thinking we got this. And we've done it 32 times.
I'm loving the class. I really am. So again, it is Tuesdays and Thursdays, 10 a.m. to 10:30. It's a half-hour class.
Half-hour class.
And then starting tonight, 6:15 to 6:45. And then I am doing line dancing right after the daytime classes. So 11 a.m. on Tuesdays and Thursdays, I'm doing line dance for fun, fitness, and friends. So if you want any one of those 3, come on out. So that is 11 to 11:30. And then on Tuesday nights, I am doing 5:30 to 6. So we flip on Tuesday nights. I'm doing line dance first, and then we go to stretching. But I love doing the 2 together. It's such a good little package.
Well, it's a full workout because it's strengthening. So my class is primarily strengthening, and then the line dancing afterwards is it's your cardio. And it's literally the same types of move if you're doing, a step close or a grapevine. It is just the same. It's cardio. People think, well, I don't want to line dance because I'm not coordinated. That's not a true statement. It is literally, it's a cardio. If you've ever been to a Zumba class, if you've ever been to any type of dance type setting class, that's what it is. It's just easier moves, to be honest with you, with the line dancing.
Right. And we can always do things easier. Like she was just doing band stuff sitting. You can actually be in the band class and just sit. We have chairs,
Absolutely.
we have a couch, and the same thing with line dancing, as a matter of fact. You can, I show like, okay, if you don't want to do a turn here, you can just do this. There's low impact or easier ways to do all of these moves. Right. Both classes are very beginner friendly. Absolutely,
totally. Because it's all modified. There's so many modifications to, like, some would think, how are you going to do a move like, a pivoting in the line dance? Well, instead of spinning like some of the experts do in that class, because I've taken it, then it's just a step turn. I have to do a step turn because I get motion sickness. So I've watched it and I've learned it. And guess what? The count is in 8 counts, because I will watch Maria and I'll count it out. And it's literally everything we do is in beats and counts. So it's pretty
and it's helping our balance, and everything. So come on out, guys. And I know it's hard to make that first, the hardest step in all of this is going to be the step from your house across that threshold onto the outside mat.
Right.
But make that decision, and matter of fact, don't even think about it. Just say, you know what, I'm going, and call a friend, say, hey, I don't want to go by myself. Can I pick you up? And just come on out and try it. It's free. Both of our classes are free for the first time.
Right.
If you just want to try it. Now, some people show up at my doorstep and they say, I want a 12-class punch card here. So that's fine. But you can try it out for free, either class.
Right.
And we are at the Well in the Square. That's 600 South Main Street, over next to Crossroads and also inside Crossroads. And we're going to be having some other classes. So I'm just going to read these real quick because these are some brand new classes that are going to be coming your way. So we're going to be on, this is on Monday, July 28th, which is the last Monday of the month, from 10 to 11:30 a.m. Mending, alterations, and repurposing clothing.
Ooh.
So special one-day class. You can bring your clothing, etc., that needs mending or alterations, and professional sewing instructor with decades of experience will select some of the students' items to demonstrate mending, as well as helping you mend or alter some of your clothing. So it's ages 12 and up, and you do need to RSVP. Early bird price is $20 if paid by July 24th. After that, it's $25. And this is a great deal, because even if you get like a couple of pants hemmed, that's well worth $20,
Absolutely. Absolutely. And then when you lose weight, you're going to have to
That's right. Oh, that's why we're doing this class, because we have to take in all that
excess clothing.
I love that. And this is taught by Carla.
Oh,
yes, Carla. We love Carla. And then also on that same day from 6 p.m. to 7 p.m., Power of Your Words. This is also a special one-day class. Do you need some things to change in your life? You've been given an incredible tool, your words. Come learn how your words affect your life and how you can change your world by the power of your words. This is taught by instructor Shannon Baumgartner of Wellspring Ministries. All right, this is an early bird price of free if you register by July 24th. After July 24th, it's $10. So make sure you get registered. One more class to tell you about by another Christian lady. All three of these are Christian ladies. 7 p.m. to 8 p.m., Your Mental Health, How to Take Care of It. Special one-day class. Learn what you can do right now to improve your mental and emotional well-being. This is taught by Rhonda Rastelli. And the early bird price is free if you register by July 24th. After that, it's $10. So those are just 3 additional classes for the month of July, because we're trying to, hit all the angles, because, we just want to be positive and just be doing, strengthening our bodies, our minds, making friends, helping each other, iron sharpening iron.
Yes, ma'am.
So
it's so neat you mentioned that, because the one thing, because I know our show is coming to a close, but it's what I said earlier. Mental is what you think, so that's your mental health class that's coming up. And then it's how you feel, and then it drives your emotion, and your emotion is that physical fitness thing. And so I love that because I had no idea that Miss Lee Marie is going to share those classes coming up. So I think. Just get involved. I think when you get involved, you get out of the normal, everyday rut of life. Then I can almost guarantee, because it's worked for me, is you're gonna see a different way of living life versus the same redundancy and people getting into that depression mode. That's their journey to recovery that my husband and I do.
Yes, give
So
the time
just
of
real,
that. Yeah.
just real quick. That's on Wednesday at 7:00, 7 to 8:05, and it is so good. Is because recovery is not drugs and alcohol. I say it all the time when I come to the show. It is everything else we're dealing with that drives us to the substance abuse. And guess what? That starts with what you think and how you feel and what you do, and it could be a physical, type of abuse, or an emotional type of abuse. So that's when you get into the depression rut of life. My life is going nowhere. Well, guess what? Take responsibility. Your life is going nowhere because you're not doing anything about it. And so I just not trying to be rude or disrespectful at all. I was there where my life was going nowhere. And I remember through counseling, do something about it. Cindy, you make the choices. God gives us free will to do so. So I love it. Love this
Right.
show.
It's so important to get out, especially if you are having anxiety or depression right now and you are just in between your four walls.
Yep.
You need to get out because the enemy loves to give you all these ideas and you think that they're in your brain and you think that they're reality, and they're not. They're lies from the pit of hell. So get out of your house and get into some of these classes because they will be very positive and uplifting. Okay, now if people want to get a hold of you, is there a phone number or an email that you want to give?
Yes, so my direct cell, because I'm just sharing it out there, again, is 615-589-6780. And my name is Cindy, and again, my number is 615-589-6780. Questions about the cooking class coming up or any of the workout classes and or even the line dancing, just you can be my partner. I don't think it's a partner type thing, but it is absolutely fun.
Well, thank you so much, Cindy, for coming on, and thank you for having these classes because they are really making a difference in our world. So thank you.
Amen. Thank you.
All right. I'm going to be talking about a sponsor while we make our guest switch. So you can tell Dennis Morris that he can come on in.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Thank you so much
Thank
for
you,
coming
Lee.
in. All right. We'll see you in class today.
Absolutely.
10 o'clock.
10 o'clock.
All right. If you guys know where Crossroads Christian Bookstore is, you can find the well. There's a wishing well in the window. There's also the big, beautiful historic courthouse is right across the street. So if you can find the courthouse, you can find the well in the square. All right. We're going to bring Dennis Morris on because the rodeo is coming to town and we're super excited about that. All right. He's got a poster too. Excellent. Come on in, Mr. Morris. And while he makes his way in, there we go. Awesome. Very cool. We got two. Excellent. Cindy, can you put that microphone up too? While I do an ad, it's down here. All right. I'm going to talk about Barry and Rebecca Richards from one street over, and they are with Exit Prime Realty. So if you need real estate services, you don't need to call a Nashville company that doesn't know Robertson County. Barry and Rebecca Richards have lived in Robertson County for almost 30 years, and so they love to help their friends and their families. So whether you are a first-time home buyer or somebody ready to sell your home or farm, Barry and Rebecca Richards can help you. So you can see the latest listings and start your search today at sellwithbecky.com. Again, that is sellwithbecky.com. Barry and Rebecca Richards with Exit Prime Realty. My favorite time of the year. It's the rodeo time.
Getting close.
All right, so let me fix something real quick on the mic. I'm going to move it a little bit closer. There we go. And excellent. Very good. Cool poster. Can I take that and hang it up at the well?
You can.
Okay, very good. All right. So today, of course, you guys all know Dennis Morris, but we also have
John Alley.
John Alley.
He's a champion team roper, calf roper. He's just an all-around hand and a good guy too.
Ooh, champion roper.
Telling lies this early in the morning.
Champion roper. Okay, after the show, I want to get a selfie with both of you guys.
Well, I met John years ago when he was in junior rodeo, and he was walking around a kid 7, 8, 9 years old with a sorting stick in the way, wanting to help us sort the steers.
Really?
So as he growed up, now he owns Alley Fencing. He got a fencing company, and he lives out there on 41, and he helps us with the rodeo. Really good hand. Good guy.
Okay, now I
Does a
know.
Good job.
Now, Alley Fencing, I know they donated a really cool cooler or some cool prize at one of our dinners.
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
All
ma'am.
right, now I know. Okay, excellent. All right, so rodeo's coming to town, guys. You got to make sure you got that on your calendar. So let's hear about it.
Okay, it's going to be the 25th and 26th, and it's the 34th annual. And we, of course, Gupton Motors is in. They've been in for 34 years. And then we got a Bobcat of Clarksville. They got in a big way to help us out a bunch. And so we've got plenty sponsors. And I mean, it just got Mike Whitworth, I think he's 10-time rodeo clown of the year.
Oh, he's
gonna come back, and,
hilarious.
oh yeah, he's really good. And his wife Lindsay does some trick roping and we got professional bronc riders and bull riders. So it's gonna be a good show.
Look at that poster. That is so awesome. Do you sell these posters as well?
Oh no.
Oh, you
They're
should
free.
maybe have them there and like people can sign them and stuff.
Yeah,
Maybe you
yeah,
guys
yeah.
can sign this for me.
We'll do it.
Oh, I love this. I'd love to frame it.
Wait, can you write your name?
I can print it.
No, I think he still learned handwriting when they were still teaching it, right?
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, I feel bad for these kids today that don't know how to do that. They're like,
exactly right. I don't know. I probably really wouldn't be very smarter than I am now if we'd have had the computers and the phones back then.
Could cheat a little.
Yeah.
all right. So this is going to be Friday and Saturday, July 25th and 26th. Now it says 8 o'clock, but are the doors opening for other fun stuff?
The gates open at 6.
Okay.
And there's a big
You can have
steer
that.
take pictures on and have
I
the
got
pony
pictures
ride.
on that big steer last
Really,
time
really,
with the
he'll be
horns that
back.
were like, what was it, like a 20 wingspan or
Oh,
something?
yeah, yeah.
Oh my
He'll
gosh.
be back.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah. And now the mechanical bull guy, I think he's coming, but I don't know. He'd had some health issues, so
Okay.
I talked to his wife the other day, and if he's well enough, they're going to come. But if not, but there's plenty other stuff to do, and there's vendors and where you can buy novelties and stuff about the rodeo.
Okay. All right. And what is your favorite part about the rodeo?
My favorite part about it is just the community, honestly. I mean, the show is great, but I love just seeing everybody, that you don't get to see all year long come hang out and just, tell old stories and enjoy the show. See all the hard work that Dennis and his crew do all year long to make this happen for the community. I mean, that's my favorite part is when it all comes together and to see the crowd roar.
And what will your role be that night?
Anything this guy tells me it needs done, that's what I'm going to do.
But now he ropes and bulldogs. He does it all. I mean, he helps me more than anybody would ever know behind the scenes. But during the rodeo, he'll be entered into calf roping, the team roping,
Okay.
the bulldogging. So, and then his wife Taylor, she breakaway ropes, and she owns what's the name of her company?
The works, yep,
Yeah,
Business Solutions.
So she breakaway ropes, and so they'll be competing too, but they help a lot behind the scenes.
Help with that. Like when you have to go back and get everybody else out and different things like that.
Right, yes, ma'am. Just helping keep guys in order and knowing who's going next and keeping the flag girls going and working the ground and just different stuff. And that's what I enjoy most. I mean, outside of the camaraderie and the community, I just enjoy helping with the production side of it and keeping it best I can. We're running it smooth and making it a good show.
Awesome. Very cool. I know my husband is super excited. I know he's listening right now, and he's so funny because he likes to go both days, and it's a good thing to go both days because sometimes it rains.
Don't say that word.
We don't talk.
Well, we're going to pray against rain this time.
right, that's
Yeah. So it's not going to rain this time. But I know one year we decided to go both days, and we had gone Friday, and we were really glad because then that Saturday is when it rained. We're like, oh, we're so glad we went. But it's so fun, and there's so much to do that it's definitely something that
Yeah, and the best one good thing about the rodeo, it's real patriotic and my wife, she takes care of putting all different kind of flags together, the military and then they have a prayer and a national anthem. It's really we don't do without that. At every rodeo you go to, you'll have that, and that's one of the only sporting events that do that.
Well, I'm glad you brought that up because I do remember that is a significant part, and that is so touching and so good. You opened with a prayer and you honored, God, and then you honored our military. And I know that several of my friends it was very touching to them. Even my father-in-law was like, that's my favorite part of the whole rodeo.
Yeah, and it touches me. That's why I tell everybody to try to get there early because that is the very front of the rodeo. We start that before we buck anything or run any animals. That is the very front of the rodeo. So that's going to be at 8 o'clock.
Okay.
So if you need to get there before 8 and get you a seat, because at 8 o'clock, them flags are going to be coming in and they're going to do that opening ceremony. And that's something that you really need to see because that's what starts the rodeo to me.
Okay. What were you going to say?
No, I was just agreeing, and I mean that's the one of the neatest things about rodeo, the sport of rodeo in general, is just how everybody involved is very patriotic, proud of their country, and honestly proud to be a Christian, and we always thank the Lord before we get started.
Amen. Hallelujah. Oh, I'm so excited now. All right. So, I know that sometimes if the kids get there early, they can meet some of the people.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, anytime if they see some of the contestants, any of the contestants will take time. I mean, I can't say there's a designated time that the contestants go, but anytime they see a contestant that getting ready or something, they can go up to them, and I
Get a
promise you,
picture and stuff.
oh yeah, they can get a picture, they can get something signed, whatever they want. They will take time for the kids.
Okay.
If they don't, they're not going to be there.
Ah,
Yeah,
you
we'll
hear that,
address
guys?
that quickly.
Yeah.
So if this is some family, like, cause I know we have a lot of new families in town. If this is like a new family's first time, first rodeo, like this is their first rodeo, it ain't their first rodeo. What is your advice as far as like, if the kids want to meet some contestants, where should they go hang out when they get there and stuff?
Well, I mean, there's not a certain spot because most of the contestants have a designated area they park. But now the time event contestants, most of them have a horse with them, so you'll be able to tell. And then the rough stock contestants will be around close to the bucking chute somewhere, and you can tell they'll have their rigging bag and their equipment and stuff there. And the good thing about this rodeo, we've been doing it the same weekend for so many years that it's become an event. It's not just a good show. It's become an event this weekend that people look forward to. That's what touches me, is that because it started from just a dream for me years ago.
Yeah, I want you to tell that story because not everybody has heard that story.
Well,
So
when I was 3 years old, my brother was 6, and he had a pony, and that pony had a baby coat. Well, they give that baby coat to me, and so my daddy went and bought me a little pony saddle, and I mean, I'm 3 years old. I can't even get on him and by myself. So my brother's big enough, he can saddle him and stuff. So I knew then that I didn't want to just be in the rodeo business. I wanted to be a cowboy. I didn't know how it worked, and so all through high school, I played football and basketball, but rodeo, I was obsessed with cowboy stuff and rodeo stuff. And so then when years ago, the National Finals Rodeo was in Oklahoma City, and the 10th round would come on Channel 5, CBS. And there was a world champion bull rider named Donnie Gay, and a guy named Dale Hall that owned Rafter H Rodeo Company was from Tellico, Oklahoma. He owned the Bucking Bull of the Year. The name of his rodeo company was Rafter H. And so when I was a young teenager at the time, and so me and my cousin was laying in the floor watching this. Well, this world champion bull rider was going to get on this world champion bull. So they interviewed the bull rider and the guy that owned the bull. So when they said Dale Hall, Rafter H Rodeo, I looked at my cousin. I said, when we get big and start doing rodeo, we're going to call ours Rafter M. So since that day, that's where Rafter M Rodeo came from. And then, then I started just entering rodeos. And when I got to go into the professional rodeos, I got to being friends with the guys that generation ahead of me that was in the rodeo world. And I just got to being friends with them and quizzing them and asking them questions. How do you get paid to do this? Where does these steers and calves comes from? Because in your mind, when you think rodeo, you think a bull and a bucking horse. But you don't really realize that you got to get bulldog steers, you got to get team roping steers, you got to get roping calves. In the back of your mind, you don't understand how that works. I didn't. So I had to learn. I mean, I learned from nothing. The very first rodeo I ever put on, I didn't realize how much I didn't know. But it's worked out, and it's been good. We've been doing it a long time.
And now, how many years have you been doing it?
Well, this is the 34th year for this rodeo.
Wow,
Yeah,
that's great.
and Gupton's got in the first year,
Oh,
and he's been in ever since.
wow.
Yeah.
Very cool. And how many have you been to for this?
Well, I'm 33, so I've been to, I'm sure, at least probably 28 or 9
Oh,
of them.
wow.
Oh, he used to come to. I used to take some bulls and stuff to some high school and rodeos, and his big brother was in high school. And he was in like a little boy and walking around in the way wanting to help. I'd be like, John, get over out of the way somewhere.
I didn't listen very good.
Yeah. I'd say, here, just let these calves go right in here. He always wanted to help, and then he ended up. He's one of the top. He don't want to brag on himself, but him and his partner won the college national finals. When was that?
The 2014, the UT Martin, the team won the final.
Oh, wow.
And so then him and he's been to the international finals rodeo several times in a team roping, and he ropes calves real good and way better than average, and he does it all.
Oh, that's awesome. I'm sure there's just such an adrenaline, that you.
Oh, yeah. I think that's part of the reason we all do it. Yeah, yeah, absolutely. I don't want to know what the adrenaline's like to get on a bull, but
Oh.
I had one of my older cousins was in the Army, and he said he jumped out of an airplane, and he said right before he jumped out of that airplane, he kind of got the same feeling inside as he did right before he nodded his head on a bull. But I'm not going to jump out of an airplane.
we got that seals it. I'm definitely not doing it.
That's great. Oh my goodness. So again, so it is July 25th and 26th. So not this weekend, but next weekend.
Right.
Wow, you guys got to make sure you got this on your calendar. So it is at the Robertson County Fairgrounds, so super easy to find. And I love it there because parking is free.
Well, hold on.
No
we
parking.
had to change some
okay.
things on the grounds because
Okay.
it's growed so much. So now they are going to charge to park, not on the grounds, but it's going to be real limited. If you get there early, the first come, first serve can park free. But now they will be charging to park across the road at the store, at the that warehouse, and on that ball field. But that has nothing to do with us. It's just we don't have no control over that. So they can.
All right. Well, this is a good little tip for people who are watching this show. Yes. Get there early and you can park for free.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. That's exactly right.
Okay.
So, and then the kids, we have a cash scramble, and the kids, I think 12 and under can get out and chase the calf.
Oh, that is hilarious. Yeah.
And things like that. So it's a
love
lot of
that.
stuff for kids to do. Yeah.
That's awesome. So $25 for adults, $20 for children 4 to 10. So underneath 4 is free. Yeah, 3 and under are free. And you can get advance tickets at Gupton Motors, Riley's Country Charm Market, Countryside Outdoor, and Power Equipment and Doors Milling.
That's right.
Ah, very good. So that's definitely saves some time. You won't have to wait in line when you get over there.
Right.
Excellent.
And then there is ticket. I mean, you can pay at the gate, but if you got a ticket, you just give it.
Just
to
walk
them.
in.
Yeah. Right.
Okay, very cool. All right, so this is Rodeo's Coming to Town, guys. If you've never been, here you go, right here. And if you already have been, you already have it on your calendar because, like I said, Steven's so excited. What else do we need to know about? John looks like he has got something he wants to say.
Well, it's a rain or shine event. So if it rains a little bit and the arena's muddy, rain stops, we're going to have the rodeo regardless. So if you don't mind watching Cowboys get a little muddy or getting a little wet, hey, we're going to have the rodeo. Short of a tornado coming through there where it's dangerous, that thing's going to happen. So don't be afraid of a little bit of rain. We're still having the rodeo.
Good. That's a good point because sometimes people don't know, especially the new people in town. They're like, it's raining. It's like, oh, well, wait 5 minutes. So good point. What else? Any other new people coming in that are going to be competing that haven't competed before?
Well, we don't know because the contestants enter through a next gen app on the actually tomorrow.
They start entries open tomorrow and close next Sunday. Yeah.
So we don't know because that's through that Professional Rodeo Association.
Okay.
So we don't know, but I do know the points at this rodeo, and it's like 10,000 added in the prize money. So it's one of the bigger, better events as far as money goes. So all the contestants, the money that they win is a point toward them finals in Guthrie, Oklahoma at the Lazy Arena in January.
Oh, okay. All right. So if folks are watching that haven't decided yet, they can still compete.
Well, if they want to call that next gen app, I mean, they can compete. I mean, but they just have to
go
call
through
that
the
next gen app and get on IPRArodeo.com and it'll lead them through it and things like that.
Okay, so it's rodeo.com. Is that the
IPRA Rodeo, .com.
Yeah.
The next gen app. It's an entry. It's an app they made to make entering easy. So it's quite simple. You just got to get on.
And they stay open from Wednesday to Sunday. So you got 5 days to call and enter.
Okay, so starting this Wednesday, tomorrow. Oh, so I'm glad we had you guys.
in the morning.
Ah, and does it fill up? Like, is there a certain amount? Okay, we can only have this many in this, division.
We'll just have unlimited entries in each division, but now during the rodeo itself, during the performance, we'll only have 10 per event in the performance, and then we have the overflow each night after, which is called the slack. And the people are welcome to stay and watch that if they want it last a little longer, but they're welcome to stay and watch it.
Yeah, that don't cost any extra or anything. It's just part of where we have an overflow because we have a time frame so we can't run 25 teams during the rodeo.
Right. So is there kind of like a prelim thing where it's like the top 10 people are in the first thing, or how do you determine
It's
who's
a
in the?
next gen. It's a random draw as far as how your
Oh.
preference is in their system, and you can say I would prefer to be Friday night or Saturday night, and then it's a random draw of where they place you. And then the
Oh.
contestants are allowed to trade around amongst themselves if they want. If somebody wants to go Saturday or Friday or later, in the slack or the perf. But it's just not necessarily the top 10 or a prelim. It's just a random draw of how the computer draws it up. That way, it's fair for everybody. Because the contestants that get to go in the later, Saturday night last out in the slack, they have a competitive edge because they already know what they have to beat, how their animal is they get to compete on because they've got to watch somebody else compete on him before them. So it's an advantage to go later in the rodeo.
And we go through every year where somebody, a local, would just call next Thursday and say, "Hey, I want to ride in that rodeo." Well, as much as we would like for any locals to compete, it don't work that way. I mean, what a lot of people don't understand, it is a professional sanctioned event. So we've got rules that we have to go by, and this next gen entering out is a major rule that we have to follow and go by. So they can't just call me Thursday and say, "Hey, I want to come ride in that rodeo. I want to come rope a calf." It don't work that way.
I'm glad. I bet you're glad about this app. It makes your life a lot easier, doesn't
not
it?
really,
I know.
because a lot of people, I can't tell them yes,
Right, yeah.
and so if it wasn't through a professional association and I was just doing it, and there was no rule book to go by, I could say, "Yeah, come on, you can come," but you can't do that,
Right.
because we got rules that we have to go by and things. So it makes it easier as far as the entering, but it makes it a little harder on me because a lot of people that it might be somebody I know and like, and they decide I want to come and do it, and I have to say, I really.
At least your hands are tied, so you don't have to.
Right.
Some people can't say, "Well, he's favoring this person
Right,
over
right.
them." It's like, hey, it's completely
And
objective.
it is a random draw, and sometimes some of the local people that their family will come to watch them, and then they're not in the performance; they're being the slack. That has nothing to do with us. That's a random draw, and then they might say we don't have much issues, but sometimes they'll say, "Well, I thought I was going to watch her run barrels," and well, you just hang out a little bit, you can, but they don't understand. But a lot of people don't understand how it works,
Right.
and
Well, this is helping. Yeah, this is definitely helping to know how that works.
But if you get hold of Dennis between Wednesday through Sunday, he can help you get entered.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Ah, okay.
Between Wednesday and Sunday, or if you call John,
Yeah,
he
or
can help you
call
get
me
in.
too.
Yeah.
I'll be glad to help anybody. I don't bother me at all.
We want entries. We want people to enter.
And we want local contestants.
local
We
contestants.
want people to see
Absolutely.
somebody they know.
Yeah, we want them to come.
Okay.
And there'll be lots of local contestants. I mean, it's like I said, it's a staple for the community. I mean, there's lots of people that you don't even realize that live here that run barrels, that team rope, that rope calves, that do all that stuff. Like J.W. Erie, he's a world champion. He lives right down the road. I mean, there's so many people that live right in this area that we want to see compete in front of the crowd, not afterwards in the slack.
Right.
And also, we have this is on Facebook and YouTube, so you guys can share it if you want to share it on any sites, to encourage the people. Because
And
there's
we have a what's it, Rafter M?
Yep, rodeo Facebook page, yes.
A Facebook page.
Okay.
So you can go on Rafter M. But now, you make sure when you punch in Rafter M, I do know this, that there is a Rafter M rodeo in Ohio.
Oh.
So when you punch it in, put Rafter M Rodeo Springfield. So that way it'll pull, us up.
Often imitated, never duplicated.
Yeah.
Very cool. Yes, I know. This is my favorite thing. So again, guys, you want to get this on your calendar. It is July 25th and 26th, not this weekend, but next. It is at the Robertson County Fairgrounds, and a super great family time. You can get there at 6 and get pictures on that big steer. I did that last year, and of course we cropped out the rest that showed the fence and all. Sorry, it's probably your fence. But no, it wasn't. Okay. And so it was freaking out my people, in other states are like, "Oh my gosh, what are you doing in Tennessee now?"
And they will run and if you interested in a new vehicle, Gupton runs special rodeo week.
Really?
So I don't know for sure what the percentage is, but you can get something off of a vehicle through Gupton's the week of the rodeo.
Oh, well, that's certainly good information right there, guys. Did you hear that? So, yeah, you can get a
I
deal.
guess I could say a percentage, put Gupton on the spot.
That's right.
But I better not.
Half off.
Yeah.
Yeah, Daniel would love us.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you get half a
But-
truck.
But I'm telling you, if you want to get treated right, Ken Gupton is the owner of Gupton Motors, and me and him are personal friends. And him and Daniel is his son, which Daniel is kind of about half the manager now because Ken just kind of sits in his office and plays on the computer. But Daniel pretty well runs it. But they will. I mean, they'll treat you. They're not going to lie to you. They're not going to try to get over on you. I mean, they're really good. I've become personal friends with them, so they are for real good people.
Awesome. All right, so we just have like 2 minutes left. Anything that we're missing that you want to say on air here?
Yeah, and just to test to the Guptons, I bought several trucks from them myself, and I would agree with that. And the guys at Bobcat at Clarksville, they're going to have several compact machines out there. They're going to they have tractors now. Bobcat sells tractors up to 75 horse tractors. If you're in the line for a mower, a skid steer, you name it, Mini X, they've got it, and those guys will be there. Dylan and John from Bobcat at Clarksville are the same way we're talking about Gupton. I mean, these guys, the service that they provide for equipment. I mean, I know there's lots of other dealerships out there that'll sell compact equipment, skid steers and stuff. But if you're looking for service and quality of people to work with, the guys at Bobcat of Clarksville are bar none the best.
Very cool. Thank you guys so much for coming on, Dennis and John, from the rodeo that is going to be July 25th and 26th, 8 p.m. right here in Robertson County Fairgrounds, guys. Make sure you spread the word because it is such an awesome time. And it is true how you see so many people from the community that, it's like a family reunion sometimes, really.
That's the goal, really.
Yeah.
And then Jill puts a really cool opening together that you need to be there early to watch. You don't want to miss that because she coordinates that. Because, when you go to a rodeo and you watch a girl with a flag go around and they play a song, and they go in the middle and play national anthem and say a prayer in the national anthem, all rodeos do that. But when you can coordinate this song and this song and this song with this flag, and then you coordinate it together, that, to me, that puts your rodeo at a different level. So, and Jill is like the master at that. So she does a really, really good job at that. So I like for people to see it.
All right, very good. So you guys can stay for a couple minutes after the show so I can get a selfie?
Sure.
Okay. All right, just need to talk about one more sponsor real quick, and that is UPS right there on Memorial Boulevard, guys. It's not just a place to drop off your Amazon returns. They've got all your printing needs there. They can even do big posters. They can do huge posters. They can do blueprints. They do document shredding. They even have notary services. So get on out to UPS right there on Memorial Boulevard. It's in the same parking lot basically as HG Hill. And they are open every day of the week. So I hope you guys will go by UPS. Tell them U-Turn Laverne and One Street Over sent you. This has been Lee Marie filling in for U-Turn Laverne all this week and all next week as well. I'm glad you guys have joined me. And again, just a reminder to please go and share this show. There's a lot of great information in it, especially for Robertson County, as we want to get the word out. So I hope that you guys will do that. All right, you have been listening to 1100 WSGI. God bless, make it a great day, and I'll see you tomorrow.